Hey, kids. Welcome to another
very exciting
episode of the Tipsy Irishman. We don't even have to pretend that it's not exciting. Because if you can see the bottle right now, you already know. I just told Mike and taste this through the bottle already.
Yeah, these are tough shows to shoot because there's a big segment of the population that just doesn't have access to bottles like this. And we'll get into how lucky I was to get my hands on this one and how that one came about.
How lucky I am that he got this. let's keep it in perspective. Oh, man.
No sponsor today, right? So I guess
Johnny, the show, guys. Sponsor the show. Hit the like button. Please subscribe.
Go to Johnny's other side, drink whiskey.
Go to Johnny's, yeah.
Come hang out at Happy Juice. Come
get a pour. Free time. Go to Second Harvest.
Yeah, Second Harvest, all those things.
They
Dogland.
would appreciate that.
Shout out to Mesh up there at Dogland and all those guys.
Right.
All right,
Doug,
cool.
Right, Doug.
So story time on this, right?
Story time.
We've talked about it on the show before, the ABC Vault. So here in Central Florida, or the state of Florida, we have a local liquor store chain called ABC. If you spend a certain amount of money each year, you get access to what they call the Vault. And they randomly send out emails. You're guaranteed one email a year, and that's it.
Oh, damn, I didn't even know it was that bad.
Yeah, you're guaranteed. You're only guaranteed one.
No matter how much you spend?
Correct.
Oh, that hurts.
But it goes out randomly, and then once you get into the Vault is where they put their really highly allocated, most of the time highly allocated bottles. Sometimes they put some weird stuff in there. Yep. Like the Heaven Hill Green to Glass was in there, and things that like sit on the shelf other places. There's no rhyme or reason.
So if you get an invite, because they do it a couple times a year.
They do it. I've had 5 this year.
So you get more than one invite.
Oh, most years you get more than one invite. Yes.
I think just you only get one though. You only can buy one.
You can only buy one bottle, so that's part of the invite, right? When you get in, you look and see what's there. You can buy one bottle, and once you buy one bottle, you're out. So there's a risk, right? You scroll through the list, and you see this last time around, there were some cool bottles, and there were some things that I might have spent my money on. But over the last couple of years, people have written softwares that allow them to get into the Vault, rank the bottles that are available, and then automatically buy things based on rarity. So for like 2022 and 2023, you couldn't get access to these bottles because as soon as the Vault opened, they would sell out instantly because there's maybe 20, 30 quantity-wise, right? To combat that, ABC has started doing what they call a reload. The Vault opens at 9:15. The bottles that are in there are there. And then like every hour or so, they'll just randomly add stuff in. And they randomly add them in the page in different areas. So as you're scrolling through, it's like a list of bottles. They did a reload on this one, and the first reload was Thomas Handy. And when they did that reload, it went to the bottom. So you got to scroll all the way to the bottom, and you saw Thomas Handy. To see that reload, you have to sit there and keep refreshing the page. Like I'm literally sitting at work and like just refreshing the page all day long. And I go and refresh the page, and I notice that the Thomas Handy was alone at the bottom, and now there was a bottle next to it, but it wasn't what was added. When they added the WLW, they had put it in the middle of the page. It's kind of like you got to go find it. You got to get lucky. This time around, there were 4 of my friends that ended up with this bottle based on the reload.
Nice.
Which is absolutely bananas.
No, there's one, and that's it, and you're the one who gets it.
No, there must have been 100 because so many people. This is my favorite bottle. When we talk about Jake's top 5, WLW has always been one of my top 5s. It was one of the first time bottles we ever had access to. Somebody gave us a sample for the show really early on, and we were like, "This is just incredible! It's so insane."
Because we couldn't have it anymore.
This is secondary still for like $1,200, $1,300.
Tell them what you got it for.
$180. So
this is amazing.
So I got it for a little bit over SRP. ABC's a little bit higher than SRP, but not by much. But $180.
Under $200 for a WLW. Amazing.
My last 3 Volts have gone Jack 12, Weller CYPB, and WLW.
Let's go.
That makes those 3 bottles alone make my year. Those are awesome bottles, great drinkers, things that I'm going to drink.
That's why he always has a shirt on that says winning.
This is one that I have been after for years. I have been after this specific bottle for years. I've never seen it in the wild. I've never walked into a museum and seen one. Nope. I see them fly around on secondary a lot, but man, you're talking $1,200, $1,300. I'm just not spending that money on it.
Nope.
And there are people that have a different mentality that, like, if I got it for $180, I should sell it for $1,200 and make the grand. I'm of the other mentality. I got it for $180. I'm never going to get it for $180 again. We're going to drink it.
Let's go.
Like it's what the bottle's meant for.
I have zero problem with that.
Right. So this is the 2024 release. This is
I appreciate you.
William Lou Weller is the Buffalo Antique Collection. This is the weeded one. So
I'm gonna cheat this time.
Oh yeah, check the proof. Yeah, 125.
125. Yeah, that's why I love it.
You gotta look at the proof to know what the release is. They don't put batch. They don't put year. You got to go and Google it. And so this is 125.8. This is the 2024 release. This is the newest release.
The one we had was 126.
126 and change, something like that. So yeah, I'd have to go back and look.
Yes.
Non-age stated, but minimum age is 12 years. It's usually a blend between 12 and 14. They don't release the mash bill other than the fact that it's wheated, which is awesome. So we don't know what's going in it exactly, but it's wheat instead of rye, which is generally why your WWs are a little more fruit forward, a little more floral. And me personally, my favorite out of the antique line. I haven't had the Sazerac 18. I haven't had Eagle 17. But like comparing this to like GTS.
You had Eagle 17?
No.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm not a big Eagle Rare guy, so I don't like hunt it. I don't really like search it out.
We gotta find someone who could get us.
I know somebody's got one sitting on the shelf right now. Hi, Josh. I'm sure he's watching from wherever he is. He's in Tennessee right now.
You better be watching.
He was at Jack Daniels yesterday.
You better be watching.
But he's got one sitting on his shelf. I just don't seek those ones out. Of the ones that I've had, WLW is always my favorite. And it doesn't matter what the release is. It doesn't matter what year, what batch. They just, to me, the GTS still drinks a little hot, kind of like Stag Junior. It gets me kind of right here in the chest. Where traditionally the WLW doesn't. And it's got to be mash bill driven because it's not proof driven. I have a million things that are over 125 proof that don't give me that heartburn.
He actually has a million.
That don't give me that heartburn.
It's not a lie.
But the GTS gets me every time. And so I'm very hopeful on this one. I haven't had the 24. I was at a get together recently where we were drinking the 22. It was phenomenal as always. And it's just when you pull it out on the table, it's generally speaking like the best pour that's out there, unless somebody's really into something highly finished or something like a 13th Colony double oaked. There are people that love that double oaked, and that'll just be their favorite pour ever. But generally speaking, the WLW is going to be way up there. I mean, it's just an exceptional pour.
So good.
Fresh Crack.
I remember back in the day when I was afraid of this one.
Fresh Crack just pulled the label off it, so we're going to drink it today, and we may pull it back out in a month or so and give it a retest and see if it opens up any right now.
If you can hide it for a month. So good.
What's interesting, I can smell the proof on this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I can smell the proof on
You
this.
won't taste it, though.
There's a bit of ethanol, but dark fruit forward, vanilla caramel.
A little marshmallow.
And age.
Yeah.
I mean, you're getting that funky barrel... old tobacco leather, kind of like you're getting.
I always missed a little cinnamon. So that's too little cinnamon.
Yeah, there's definitely a little cinnamon on that.
I just caught that cinnamon. I always try to like peruse the bottle as we're. It says rye too.
It says rye.
Oh, wheat instead of rye.
Yeah, wheat instead of rye. Yeah. No, there's no rye in this guy. All right, cheers.
Make with the rye beat down
to one of our favorites.
Cheers, my friends. Oh my god. It's like lobster and steak, bro. It's so good.
That finish.
It tastes like 90 proof, man. It don't even taste. It doesn't hit you with that big 125. A little warm in the neck though.
It does that really cool thing that I love, that building heat where it doesn't hit your tongue and it's hot.
Yeah.
It drinks sweet, and then the heat kind of comes in on the finish, and it's just the finish is still lingering.
Kind of like the morphine when you get the morphine. Just like that.
I judge a finish by, anything generally over like 15, 20 seconds, I would consider like a nice long finish. This is still hanging out.
Oh, yeah.
Even at 125 proof.
That's coming in here.
I have some other things that are in this proof range that don't hang out like that. That finish is exceptional.
The smell is different now.
The smell is different?
To me, yeah. Like, not to go with it, because it's balancing now because you've had it in your mouth.
You're right. It's way more fruit floral.
And it's got rid of the proof smell.
Yeah.
So weird, right?
That's bizarre.
I do that all the time. Every time I have the drink, I do the second. I'm like, sometimes they're different. Wow, so good. Oh, so good. Are you?
I'm just lost for words on this one.
He's gone misty.
It's my favorite pour. It's got those hints of classic bourbon notes that, when you get into the hobby, the things that drew me in initially were that baked sugar, like a creme brulee type sugar flavor.
Yeah.
The fruit notes, because at the time I was big into Scotch. I have family in Scotland.
Tea berries and cinnamon.
Oh yeah, is that what it's getting?
Yeah, tea berries and cinnamon.
I was big into Scotch, and this was such a drastic change when I got into bourbon, from Scotch because of that sweetness, and that's really what I'm after. I'm also, generally speaking, not a huge wheated guy. There's not a ton of things in my collection that are my favorite, and it's wheated. Short of this. But again, you're talking 12 to 14 year blend. Buffalo Trace wheated mash bill coming in 125 proof. It just checks every single box there is.
And the awesome price.
Yeah, $180 is when you're talking something 12 to 14 years.
I thought for sure you were going to say, "Oh, I got it for a year." I'm like, "Oh, Jesus."
No. I'm not the kind of guy that's going to go and pay secondary overpay for bottles. I will wait.
Not with our network. We don't need to.
I'll be patient. I've been in the game for a couple of years.
Yeah.
I've always known I've wanted one of these. I've never been able to put one together. But like I said, this one hit the vault. And all the years that I've been in the vault, this is by far and away the coolest thing that's come out of the vault for me. But the vault still constantly delivers. And the vault catches a lot of crap here in Central Florida because of the way people aren't a big fan of the reloads. Because you're sitting at work on a Tuesday or a Thursday and you're just refreshing the screen, hoping something drops in, and you got to get kind of lucky. But I would say this about that. Even if you spent $500 a year at your local store, right? If you went into your local joint and you spent $50 a month, all right, that may not even get you on their radar. They may not even recognize you for $50 a month. If you're going in and buying one bottle a month.
I spend more than that at my store.
Right? But it's not going to get you on
that. I'll probably do a couple hundred a month at my store.
But it ain't going to get you on the radar, and they're dang sure not going to put something aside like this for you. You know what I mean? The vault gives you the chance to go and score something that you would otherwise never be able to get your hands on.
That's how Austin got it. He got it in the vault.
Yeah. I mean, I know a ton of people now that have multiple WLWs that they have pulled out of the ABC vault.
I think he got his at Total Wine, though.
So the Total Wine Grand Reserve is a little different. That is invite only, and it's completely random, and you get an email, and most years people just get a Blanton's. I've had a ton of buddies that just get an email like, "Hey, thanks for being Grand Reserve. Here's your Blanton's."
For my $15,000 purchase for the year.
For me personally, the vault is worth the effort. I have pulled some of my favorite bottles out of the vault. E.H. Taylor barrel proofs have come out of the vault. Tons of the Jack 12s that I just absolutely love. Jack 14s were in a vault very recently. A bunch of guys got them. So
not my favorite.
To me, it's worth the effort and the time, because it theoretically could turn into something like this. And this wasn't a one-off. Like I said, I personally know 4 other people who are on the same group chat.
I'm happy that that's the case.
Yeah,
and that we know them.
Well, they're all the kind of guys that are going to drink it, which is
let's
the
go.
best.
Let's go.
Believe it or not, the week prior, Josh Nixon, if he's listening, he brought one to a bottle share. He brought one to a bottle share. So he brought, I think it was either a 21 or 22 WLW to a bottle share. We were celebrating Josh Garzone's birthday, and that very next week, these hit the vault, and we all scored. He got one, I got one. It's got to be karma for celebrating with your friends and sharing the pours. So. Just an absolutely exceptional pour. I don't think it's worth secondary. I don't think there's anything worth $1,200. That's just me personally. I'm not spending $1,200 on a bottle of whiskey. It's just not a thing I'm going to do.
If I had it to waste, I just didn't think I would do it.
I like to think that, but if I had it to waste, knowing how much I like this, I
got
what I mean? I was a millionaire and I didn't care. I would probably go out of my way.
If I made back the interest in a day from blowing the $1,200,
then what does it matter?
It's all free.
But for us, everyday guys, $1,200 is a little outrageous to drink anything. When you break that down, you get roughly 25 1-ounce pours out of a 750. So that means you're paying about $50 a pour out of your pocket. To drink this in a bar, you're probably paying close to $100 an ounce.
Oh,
so
absolutely.
It's just, if you're going to go drink it in a bar and pay $100 an ounce,
at the Willie's,
do it a couple more times and just buy the dang bottle secondary and be gone with your day. But just an incredible pour. If you have a chance to taste one, if you're out and about and you see one in a bar and it's within your price range, it's definitely something that I would go out of my way to try. It is my favorite pour. It is every year my favorite pour. I was really hopeful the Jack 14.
Haven't had a bad one yet.
I was so hopeful the Jack 14 was going to knock it off, and it just didn't. It didn't even come close. Nothing comes close to this.
No.
Again, nothing I have tasted anything like this. And that it's just that nice sweet wheat mash bill is phenomenal. It's just such a great pour. So, again, I'm sure we're going to get a little bit of hate for this one just because it is a bottle that
don't hate, bro.
People just generally don't have access to. This was not a network thing for me. This wasn't a connection thing. This was I got lucky in the vault.
Which is weird because that's a lot of how we get our stuff.
Yeah, a lot of stuff comes through the network, but this was not. This was just pure luck. And And like I said, I'm the kind of dude that when manna from heaven and it falls in my lap, we're gonna drink it. It's what it's here for. So we cracked it today to share the shots.
I do want to try it in a couple of weeks, though. Let's see what it's.
Yeah. We'll come back to it in a couple of weeks. Maybe I'll put it on the boat for the first gator kill. Gator season kicks off here in August, so first gator kill, maybe we'll crack it.
Lauren said she's gonna try the gator if you get the gator.
Oh yeah, I got.
So we had it.
I got it in the freezer. I still got some meat from last
really?
year. So yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I got 30 pounds last year. I got a ton of
we ate it all when we were there. We ate so much food. All right, kids. With that being said, if you can get one, go get it. If you know someone and they're cool, ask them for a taste.
Yeah, if you got somebody that's willing to share, go get a sample.
That's a good friend.
That's a great friend.
Don't lose them. Might even drive to the airport. You never know. Make sure you subscribe and like the show because we need it and we love you. So we want you to hang out with us more. Even if you hate us, at least watch the show. And on that, my friends, we will see you on the next one. Drink one for us because I'm going to try to snicker one more out of him. We'll see you on the next show.
Bro, this thing is going to drive me to drink.